Shortcuts for your soul. Today, I have my guardian angel John with me, and it's about free from within. And it's really so important to understand what he means by this. Literally, to be free from within. He said to me this morning, you cannot be free trying to change the world through force, through anything outside of yourself. The transformation and change that we need to make in the world has to come from within. We must be free. Excuse me. There we go. We must be free from within ourselves. And that is going to be very exciting. That you realize you are completely free internally, but you are not completely free externally until you are free internally. Good morning, Bakimila. How are you today? I'm just going to share this out. If you're watching this video, you're new here for the first time, my name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. I talk to angels, guides, ascended masters, my guardian angel, and people that have made transitions, family members, relatives. I call myself a medium because it's different than what I classify as psychic. A psychic is a different type of communicator of information, but fundamentally, I just allow messages, information to flow through me from wherever the sources are coming at a specific time. And that changes with the nature of questions and answers. It changes with the nature of the day. And I get messages all of the time. And today, my guardian angel John came in because I've had a long night dealing with our little puppy dog who's been diagnosed with CHF. And so we were up all night. And what was really fascinating about this is that the relationships that we have in this world, the things in this world, are always temporary. I'm just going to post this up here. And then I'm going to let John kind of take over here. He seems to be able to put more out. So what he said to me because about an hour and a half ago, I just got back from the vet after standing outside for 2 hours in the -8-degree temperature, because they don't allow you into animal clinics right now here in Toronto. And so John had me take a long walk and do different things to keep the body temperature up as I waited for the diagnosis to be provided to us. And it was very exciting. He said, when I got back here, he said, William, because I thought, wait, I can't do this. I got to get some rest. And he said to me, he said, stop being such a pussy. Do this. You have to do this from within. Stop thinking of your body as that which defines the nature of who you are. And that's something that struck me really hard in a positive way, that many of us define who we are by the world, and the body is part of this world. And when we define ourselves by the body, then we're bound by the laws of time, space, and matter. We can't transcend them. He said to me, your liberation will come when you recognize that form is to serve you. Form is to serve you as you are to learn to serve the God in others. And when I questioned him about what that statement meant, he said very clearly, because you must recognize that the Spirit is in all things, and you must honor all things as if they are what you are, and you'll begin to find freedom. And then we got into the subject of freedom within, and he said, freedom within is where you find freedom without, but it must be established. You must realize you are free to imagine, to think, to emote, as you so choose to. By what you choose to think and feel, so too your life will be revealed. It is important you understand that you must cultivate freedom from within you. Yes, very fascinating. So on that note, we're going to be focusing mostly on questions and answers this morning, because, well, John does that a little bit better than I do. I'm just trying to find where I am here. Oh, there you are. Go back over here. So I hope everybody had a wondrous weekend, and that you are stepping outside the limitations of your body. Let me just get the chat section open here. Hi. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Allison. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Kathy. There is a certain joy when you realize that the soul, you as a soul, all the life forms on this planet as souls are eternal. every soul is eternal. All form is finite, in that it finite in the terms that it is transitory. You must understand that all form is temporary and bound only by the laws of transformation and change. This you may have some degrees of control over, but you cannot alter the inevitable process of change. Although you may be able to delay and alter it to some degree, in reality, you are simply along for the ride, but you can decide how you want to steer through your life, which country you will visit, what state of being you will engage in. You have choice over these things, but you do not have any choice or control over change itself, but merely the way in which that change may unfold for you. Cool. Let's go here. Hello, William. Hello, Heidi. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Marigold. So we're going to start with question and answer. So literally, we have to become free within. Free within means you can imagine. You can choose your thoughts. You can choose the images you hold in your mind. You can have some degree of choice over the actions. And I want to speak of that a little bit more. There are different levels of consciousness. There's your unconscious mind, and then there's your conscious mind. And it's important to understand that your unconscious mind is what you must begin to learn to master. And it can take lifetimes after a lifetime to get full mastery over the subconscious field. And many of us, yes, he's saying many of you here today have done the work, and now it is time to apply the knowledge, to recognize that your mind is a servant of you. You are not a servant of it. And so you will be faced with challenges to assert your authority over matter or to remain subjective to it. There is no restrictions or limitations if you choose to do it in this lifetime or others. But it is very important you understand that you have a responsibility to yourself to be able to be in charge of matter. How could you possibly be limitless in your potential if you cannot control a single thought in your mind or a certain emotion in your body? The choice must be made deliberately in every moment. Interesting. Yes. Marigold's asking, out of curiosity, how do you see your guardian angel John? My guardian angel John is a like light to me. It's just a feeling of light to me. There are times where I can feel his silhouette present, but what captures my attention from John most is his voice. His voice is so stilling and peaceful. I remember when the very first time I heard his voice, and I was standing on a bridge, and he said, "Don't jump." And the sound of his voice is what captured me. There's such a compassion in that. Whereas with Master Jesus and Buddha and Lao Tzu and others and Kuan Yin, I can actually see the energy of their body. I can make out features and characteristics and qualities. But my guardian angel John's has been the voice. I can sense his presence always. Like literally, the moment I put my attention on, I can sense his presence. So for me, it's more along the lines of his voice that represents him more than what I see with John. Whereas with others, I see more than I sense. And sometimes I sense and see at the same time. It varies from being to being. And also it depends partly on how open I am at the time. If I'm in any form of a lower vibrational state, then I don't pick them up the same way. That's why I do everything I can to keep my body, my mind, and my emotional field as high as I can, so I stay connected to that frequency on which these beings work, right? And we go into detail on how you can learn to do that, how you can adjust your frequency by changing what you eat, by learning to ground, by drinking plenty of water, by meditation. There's different ways you can raise your vibrational frequency up, which alters your perceptual apparatus. And by perceptual apparatus, we mean clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, the other clairs, the non-physical senses that correspond to the non-physical self of your soul that allows you to perceive. And so a high vibrational state makes it more conducive for you to perceive them. A great question. I'm really glad you asked that, Marigold. Yes, thank you. John says, thank you for that question. He says it's helpful to have clarity that you do not always have to see us to know that we are present with us. You do not always have to feel us to hear us. There are many ways that you can open yourself to perceiving who it is you would call forth. There are many ways, but you must be conscious and in alignment with the vibrational nature that you wish to commune with. The vibrations of these ascended ones that speak with this one are different in nature than the vibrational energies of what you would call the fairies, or the dwarves, or the gnomes, or the Pleiadians. The vibrational nature of each is unique to each, but you have it in you as a conscious awareness to adjust your frequency, much the same way as you can tune the radio systems in your planet. You can tune to different stations. So too, with your awareness, you can tune to virtually any frequency in the spectrum of infinite intelligence and consciousness. But this is a skill that must be developed. Although you are all born innately with that potential, it must be harnessed consciously and deliberately, as you have to learn any new skill even while you're in the body. So too, you must learn these skills that do not involve the body, but through which you can perceive them with the body. Thank you. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Kelly. Question from Kelly. Are our personal guardian angels only here for us individually? No, they are actually here for many others. John has been with me for pretty much all my life. I've only become really conscious of it over the last couple of years when I had that awakening with Norma's mom after she made her transition a week before she came through and spoke to me. But no, they're not restricted to one person. He says there are instances where you might perceive somebody you have spent many lifetimes with as a guardian that will be with you, that you have decided to walk the journey of eternity together, sometimes for the whole of it, sometimes for a part of it. But these ones would not be considered a guardian angel in the sense that I am, where I can be in many places. But there are some of you that have special ones with you. And I use that term special very carefully, for special in the terms of your relationship with that individual as being one that is defined by spirit and not mind and not matter. Thank you, Kelly. You're welcome, Marigold. Yeah, question from Tanya. For weeks now, I have had a sensation of layers being inwardly peeled. Wow, I'm so glad to hear you're going through that. There is a lot of people that are feeling those layers being peeled off because the outside world is not friendly to your inside world at this time. The outside world is not friendly to your inside world this time, and with good reason. For you are not meant to be entrapped by this world, but liberated within yourself, so that your sense of well-being, your sense of joy, your sense of who you are, your sense of commitment and responsibility are self-generated and not artificially manifested by the constraints the environment would place upon you. The level of freedom that you're capable of would have nothing in this world restricting you. But you must first find that freedom within. And it is true to find that freedom within. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Yes, he's here too. Okay, thank you. I got also the energy of Babaji here, and it's very different energy, and I love it. It's wondrous. Question is, my guardian angel named Orion, am I missing anything that he's trying to get through? The pronunciation of the name is different than the way this one pronounced it. Orion is the name of your guardian angel. It is important. The vibrational nature of words in the English language that you use is very specific and precise in terms of how it will articulate changes in matter, time, and space, and how it will also allow you to link to things that are not of this physical dimension. Orion says very gently and clearly, it is in simply saying my name correctly, you will align more deliberately to the true vibrational frequency that I exist at. Speak it carefully, mindfully, and gently. Be mindful of the vibrational sensation that you experience when you speak my name. Be very mindful of the vibrational experience when you speak my name deliberately. Patting you on the back also. He's giving you a pat on the back for not giving up, for staying persistent in seeking to know. Wow, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of white around him. A lot of white light around Orion. That's really cool. Yes, thank you. I hope you're feeling that right now. I hope you're feeling his energy right now, Baba. Yes. Wow, you're welcome, Kelly. Question from Kathy. I have continued to release deep fear within. This has brought so much freedom to me. Does my guardian angel, Jessica Rose, have a message for me? First words that came out of her mouth were, stop and smell the rose. And by this, I mean, remember to savor the cultivation of the energy. As you release yourself from fear, notice and align yourself to the change that comes immediately after the release. Align yourself consciously and deliberately to the vibrational change that occurs immediately after the release. It is in the vibration that all things are attuned to and all things are separated from. When you adjust the frequency of your vibration, you will attune to certain things and you will release certain things. Very cool. Yes, this is a universal principle that any one of you can invoke. This is a universal principle that any of you can evoke. Cool. Question from Rosemary. Any messages for me today? Thank you. Wow. The image I'm getting is to tell you to literally, I'm getting an image of you sitting in a white chair that's got fairly large arms and putting your feet up and having a cup of ginseng tea. Thank you, very specific. Having a cup of ginseng tea in this white chair. Apparently this chair looks out over a wider space. But to sit there with a cup of ginseng and contemplate your relationship to matter as an observer and not a subject. Interesting. Who is this anyway? She knows us well. She knows us very well. She often sees us in the corners and she feels us in her chest. We are a group. Yes. I don't know what that group is. They're just saying they are a group. They're not saying what group or what name they go by. Thank you for that question, Rosemary. Heidi's asking, could you tell me the name of my guardian angel so I may call them by name? Each of you that have asked this question now, understand you're not, I've tended to only have one specific guardian angel that's been with me in this entire lifetime. Some of us have multiples. And for you, Heidi, I'm getting there's not just one specific, there are three, that they actually work together as a triune is the words I'm getting. They work as a triune. In other words, the three work simultaneously with you. Wow. And it's interesting. I'm getting the words epsilon, alpha, and omega. Those are the three words that are coming to my consciousness about them. Epsilon, alpha, omega. They're saying these aren't their names. These are their function. These aren't our names. These are our function. When you understand the vibration of our function, you will know our names. You will know our names. Carolyn, today there's a specific being with you, and it literally is like the energy of the wheel of life. Literally, it's like this giant wheel of red, white, gold, blue, green light, literally like a spinning wheel, and it looks like an actual wheel with spokes and a hub. Yes, to engage the fullness of life, to engage the fullness. Like this wheel is really spinning. It's like moving forward in a forward direction. Yeah, and that you're literally holding on and being pulled gracefully forward, but to become very aware of that energy, the wheel of life that you are holding on to. Let it pull you forward. It's time to pedal the bike, not just go for the ride. Interesting. But this is again an energy it's more embracive than a specific guardian angel. It's really an energy of life that you're engaging in today that you need to really connect to. That's really cool. Thank you for asking. I love it. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, you're welcome, Heidi. Question from JC. Just before falling asleep, I saw a drawing of a spiral like an Etch-a-Sketch. Any insights? Yes, they're telling me right away, you're now rewriting. You're literally shaking your life up. You're literally shaking it up and rewriting it. You're literally rewriting it. What you know of as the science of the vortex, if you understand it, you must realize that you are now manifesting a new one. This energy that you bring forth deliberately, and we must stress to you, this is deliberately, with clarity and intention. This new energy will come down into your life. This vortex is not pulling up, it is coming down into your life. Whereas many of you tend to let your creations flow away from you, you are bringing your creations into your experience of this world. They're saying, be mindful, for there are things that you have asked for that will be coming in the next few days. There are some things that you've asked for specifically that are literally coming in the next few days to continue your awareness of what it is you have called forth. There's also this woman speaking to me that she's literally she's got brown hair coming up like this back and a single braid coming off it, and she's wearing almost like a grayish body jumpsuit that looks almost military-ish, but not quite. And she's got very brown eyes, and she's looking very clearly at me, and she's saying, the operation is in motion. The operation is in motion. Again, I don't know what that means or what that relates to for you, but whatever meaning that has, please let us know. But she's like very clear that this is happening. It has been something that you've been working on in secret for a while, but now the operation is coming into motion. Thank you so much. Hi, Bogumila. Question from Bogumila. Can you describe my guardian angel, Athena, and if she has any messages for me? I don't know. She just showed. The first thing she's showing is dainty hands. She's showing me dainty hands tying shoes. Why the tying shoes? To move forward. Not one, but two. She's saying you're putting on new shoes to take out, to go forward. You need new shoes. Her hands are so dainty. I like that. Wow. Yeah, jumping around and playing around. These shoes are not just for walking. They're for more than walking, and they're like runners. They're the high performance runners that literally fit your feet. Like they fit your feet perfectly. And she's helping you lace them up so you can go forward. It's really cool. Your right ear, she says, listen to your right ear. Listen to your right ear. I don't know if you can hear what I'm hearing, but it's literally the vibration that she's communicating to your right ears is like, it's like an expanded space, an expanded energy. But she says it's not about space, it's about an expansion in your life that is coming into your ear. Feel that. Feel this. You have called it forth. And let us go forth together. This is really cool. Thank you. I like that. I love those shoes, by the way. And yes, they're blue shoes. They're like a blue color with white laces. Now blue more like an aquamarine blue. That's cool. He says, yes, he does. There are four. Those I trained and those who have learned from those I have trained. There are four at this time. They embody my spirit and more. And you will know them because you will feel them. They will not need to be a word. A simple smile will reveal the vibration of their nature to those who can see and feel. Where are they? The three of them are in what you call the east, and one is in the west. It's funny, I'm getting an image, the one in the west, I get this image of this being named Sri Bhagwan Rajneesh as the one that's still in the west. Interesting. Cool. Thank you so much. 100 years from now, are the metallic monolith structures appearing around the world and in Toronto man-made, or are they from ET? This is an interesting question. This was asked a while ago, and I know that Volkswagen was doing a stunt for their new electric vehicles with those towers. You can do some research onto it. Again, I, as William, I can be very pragmatic sometimes, and I like, John says I've got to learn to trust more, but I do like doing analysis and looking at actual factual data to see what is true, what is false from a three-dimensional perspective. But I always turn to John or Master Buddha or Jesus. I always turn to them to confirm and validate things. So a lot of information that it's important you check into things three-dimensionally, and then check into your team, because sometimes, well, not sometimes, quite often, they're more correct about things than I am. And that's really important to realize that there are beings that have a broader perspective of awareness than what we do personally. Not just in the other dimension, but there are many ascended masters in flesh right now that know way more than what any of us do, that can lead us and guide us through love and truth and wisdom and compassion, right? So cool. Thank you. Question from Mara. Yes. He's saying stillness, speak less and be more. Wow, that's cool. Now, he literally means it's not simply speaking words, he's saying to have less thought, speak less. He's also referring to thoughts in your mind as a form of speech. Speak less and be more. He's smiling and saying, you'll understand this if you do this. If you speak less, you will know that you are more. Cool. Thank you so much, Babaji. I appreciate that. That's something we can all do more of, right? To learn to tone this down. Question from Jennifer. The group Pa-Tal has come to my awareness recently. Would they like to convey a message? They're saying they can do this directly to you. You do not need this one. The very nature of your communication in speaking our name, again, allows you to us. You must understand this. We came to you because you are capable. You must learn to develop your relationship to us. A mechanism that is outside of you can break, but the mechanism inside you is eternal. And know that you are always connected. Remember this. Be free in this. Yes. Wow. Great day for this, folks. I'm enjoying this immensely. The vibrations, I don't know if any of you guys are feeling it, what I'm feeling right now. It's just like this. Yeah. And John's saying it's important to come back always to the reality that you need to recognize that you can only have your freedom within you. The conditions that you have manifested in this world are specifically in this fashion so as to bring you back to where you are free. And many of you, while you think you are restricted in this world because of the existing conditions, are looking in the wrong direction. What you have manifested was specifically targeted to get you to go within, because this is what you have been asking. You have all been asking for freedom. You have all been asking for joy. You've all been asking for wealth and happiness and peace, but you must have it within you to see it in the world around you, and you must be it to demonstrate it so that others will be inclined to do the same. Be the demonstration of that which you wish to see in your experience wherever you go, and it shall be there. It is inevitable that you will always meet who you are. Thank you, John. Yeah, let's see if I can do this here. Wow. Your connection with Archangel Metatron, Caitlin, your connection with Archangel Metatron is heart-centered. It's in the heart. The actual there's a mathematical energy in your heart. When your heart beats, there's an actual mathematical energy that does take a shape and form in your heart. Contemplate where the spark in your heart ignites its movement. Not where the spark is triggered in the brain, but where the spark is igniting the heartbeat in the heart. He says that's where you will find this connection that you seek. It is always there, as I am with you, but it is felt in the spark of the heart, not in the effect, but the spark that causes the effect. Yes. Wow. He's also saying that when you sense that spark in your heart, that you can actually discover the rhythm and time for your life in that form. It can be revealed to you, your life, from that spark in your heart. Your, what you might call your lifespan. It can be revealed to you in that. Cool. I like that. I'm going to watch this one again. Wow, thank you so much. Just going to do this one more time. Guys, I'm so grateful that you came out today. I want to ask that you take a moment. If you like what you're hearing and what you're experiencing, please remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and remember to share this with others. And when the video gets reposted, if you wouldn't mind, leave a comment on the video after it's reposted. When it's reposted and you make comments or you give likes to the video, it puts it up on higher up on the radar of the YouTube algorithms so that other people have it show up on their feed. And one of the things that we love that happens repeatedly is people often connect to us through videos that show up out of nowhere on their Facebook feeds. So please remember to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the work, you can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes, and you can become a patron. We have, speaking of Patreon, I need to do the draw for the free reading for one of our patrons. Let me just go and get the little bowl of names I have here. And thank you for being so patient. I really appreciate that. Always happens that way. Right time, right way. So every month, on the first of every month, I've been asked to draw a name from this bowl of names of patrons. and I draw a name, and that's the person that wins a free reading with me for this month. And I'll take that one. Okay. And I'm going to move this over here and see who we got. Miriam. Miriam. Your last name is not on this, but I have you in my Patreon file. So, Miriam, you will receive an email today about your free reading. And once you receive the email, you can book your appointment. That's one of the benefits to being a Patreon. The other benefit to being a patron is we do a live event on the 7th day of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a Q&A with our guardian angels. Sometimes it's a healing session with the masters, because we also do spontaneous ones that they tell me to do at certain times. And it's just a good thing. It supports this work. It supports the ongoing messages. Thank you for that, Terry. Question from Terry. Should I connect physically with my niece, Rachel, who is serving a 3-year term in prison? She has 1 year left before parole. I'm getting a pullback on that. The pullback isn't to avoid. The pullback is to be mindful, and mindful in this process with this one. Yes, there's a dynamic going on there that you need to be very mindful with. Yes, she has things that she must work through deliberately and consciously. If you are there to awaken her to her higher sensibility of who she is, rather than being so lost in the conditions of her physical self, then you will be of great benefit to her. But we suggest you approach this one with a degree of patience and caution. Do not offer too much to her too quickly. It will overwhelm her and frighten her, as there are issues regarding trust that need to be understood and respected. Thank you so much for that, Terry. Yes, he said, yes, Naveed, he says that is true, that the Mandela effect is an actual process, but it's not something that's separate from any of you. It is something that you will all participate in. Consciously or unconsciously, it is preferable that you become conscious of this, but it is not something that is separate. You have a degree of control over the conditions in time-space when you understand this truth. But yes, you may receive it as an effect, as if it were a surprise, or you may recognize that the surprise is something that you generate personally. I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, guys, it's 10:42. I want to say I really appreciate your time, your energy, your focus, and there's so much. What do you want to say something else? Yes. John just wants me to say it is important you understand that if you are not free within, you will not be free without. There is no separateness in your creation. But if you establish this freedom within, and it is done so lovingly, then it shall be established without, as lovingly as it is established within. Do not be distracted by this world. Do not be distracted by this world. Be focused on that within. Enlighten yourself with freedom. Yes. I don't know why he's showing me roller skates. He says you want to roll through life deliberately and on your feet. Be very conscious. Be very conscious. I want to thank everybody for showing up today. Thank you for your contribution today. I really appreciate that. Have yourselves a wonderful, joy-filled day, and I will see you on Wednesday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. Much love to everybody. Bye for now.